Hey everyone, this is George from NoMorePoorCreditScore.com, and you're about to check out a video that's going to explain to you how to use a credit card. So you can consider this your credit card 101 class that's going to show you the basics on how to use a credit card. Now, if you stick around till the end of the video, I will reveal to you a secret, a key secret on how to increase your credit score dramatically. Is that something you think you want to know? Sure it is. So just stick around to the end of the video and I'll let you know. All right, let's get into the video. Okay, in this video, I'm going to break down a few steps that's going to show you the basics on how to use a credit card. So, number one, pay your credit card on time. I think you probably knew this was going to be number one. All right, you got to pay your credit card on time. Please don't bother getting a credit card if you do not intend on paying it back on time every month. Okay? Now, I would advise paying more than the minimum payment that the card is asking for. But if for some reason you don't think you could pay that minimum payment that particular month, then it's cool. Don't worry about it. But just make sure you do your best to pay it on time every month because it counts a lot on your credit report towards your score. Timely payments account for 35% of your FICO score. So you don't want to mess that up. One late payment can kill you. Trust me, it can knock your score down a considerable amount of points. You don't want to do that. So try to keep your payments on time with your credit card and other bills that report to the credit bureaus. One more thing. Click the link in the description below the video. I have a link that you can click that will take you to get my free report that's going to show you 5 amazing tips on how to boost your credit score. Yeah, I know I told you a little while ago that I got one key ingredient later on in the video that can help you out, but I got 5 in my free report that could definitely take your credit score to the next level. So go ahead, click the link below the video, and you'll be on your way. All right? Enough of the commercial. Let's get back to the video. Number two, if you have a credit card that has rewards you can take advantage of, use them. Okay? If you have a credit card that allows you to get 1%, 2%, 3% cash back, for using your card at gas stations, grocery stores, restaurants, places like that, listen, go to these establishments, pull that credit card out your wallet, and use it. Okay, this is how a credit card is more advantageous than using a debit card everywhere. Okay, I have a video about that, credit cards versus debit cards. I'll put a link down below in the description. You can go check out that video. But yeah, use your credit card and don't be afraid to use it. Okay, if you can get 1%, 2%, 3% cash back, use it and let it accumulate. Okay, if you have a card that gets travel points, use your card so much until you can get yourself a free round trip plane ticket to wherever it is you want to go. All right, this is how you can use your credit card to have some fun and travel. So if you can do it, do it. Don't be afraid to use your credit card. That's what it's here for. Number three, don't use your card for things deep down you can't afford. All right, taking trips to the mall or wherever, and you see those expensive shoes, outfit, whatever. Okay? If you don't if you don't think you can pay for that with cash, maybe you shouldn't get it. Okay? I mean, it's cool to treat yourself every once in a while to something nice. Everybody likes nice things. I like nice things, but you have to have it in your mind that you have to budget your money wisely. And a credit card is a great tool you can use for budgeting and planning to pay for things. Okay, just use it correctly. Be real with yourself about your finances and what you have in your pocket. Okay, if you know you can't pay for it, if you know you're going to have a problem or some kind of an issue down the road paying for this, you're just going to be tired of paying for it and you're going to forget that you have either other things to pay for and that's not something you want to have a burden on you, then maybe you shouldn't get it. Just a hunch. Number 4, stay on top of your credit report and your credit scores. It's easy nowadays to pull your credit report and check out your scores. And you should do it because you want to make sure your credit report has all the correct information that belongs on there. Okay, if you monitor your credit report regularly, that could help you keep from making bad decisions with your credit. Because if you see it all the time and you know what's on your credit report and you know where your score is, you'll you can make better decisions as far as saying to yourself, you know what, maybe I shouldn't buy that because my balance will go too high and I may not want to pay for it. And you can make better decisions, better business decisions, better credit decisions with your finances. It's easy to use a free site like Credit Karma. It's good enough to keep you informed on the basics of your credit report. And like I said, it's free. So don't expect the world from Credit Karma. It's only going to show you two credit scores. It's going to show you TransUnion and it's going to show you Equifax. You can get your Experian score from the Experian site for free, but this Experian site is only going to show you the Experian score if you have a free account. If you pay on the Experian site, you can get all three. You can get your Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax FICO scores. But of course, like I said, you have to pay for it. All right, you get what you pay for. Now, provided you use these tools, you will be able to stay on top of your credit a lot better. Now, you can use a free option or pay. It's totally up to you. Number 5, understand the difference between the due date and the statement closing date on your credit card. Okay, you know what the due date is. That's the last day that you can pay at least your minimum payment before you're considered late. Yeah, the due date. Everybody knows what the due date is on everything. You have up until a certain day to pay that bill. Simple enough. Okay. But let's talk about the statement closing date. Okay. The statement closing date is the date that the credit card company reports your statement balance and all other account info to the credit bureaus. And it's also the last day of your billing cycle. Okay? The statement closing date, that's the last day the credit card company will take all your activity from that month that you used the credit card, everything you charged and your balance, payments, whatever, and they send all that information to the credit bureaus. Now remember that tip? Remember that key secret I said I'd reveal later on in the video if you stuck around? So if you're still here, listen up. I'm about to drop it on you right now. Okay? It will be a great idea to pay down your balance as much as you possibly can before that statement closing date to show the bureaus that you're keeping your credit utilization low. You want to keep your credit utilization under 30%. I can hear some of you saying, well, what's credit utilization? Credit utilization, first of all, accounts for 30% of your credit score, not to be confused with the 30% of your credit limit. Okay, let me explain. Credit utilization is 30% of your credit score, the same way that timely payments that I talked about before is 35% of your credit score. Okay, that's part of the way FICO calculates your credit score. Okay, now when I'm talking about the 30% of your credit limit, let's just say you have a credit limit on your card of $10,000. Okay, 30% of 10,000 is $3,000. That's where you want to keep your balance at. You don't want to go too much above that. So the tip that I'm giving you right now is that you want to keep your balance as far down as possible under that 30%. You want to keep it at 3,000, 2,500, 2,000, or pay it all off. Because the lower your credit utilization is, the better your credit score will be. So if you have that $10,000 card and your balance is, let's say, $6,000, before the statement closing date, try to get it down to 3,000. Try to get it down to 2,500, 2,000, or down to zero. And your credit score will shoot up. Trust me. There it is. I mean, if you don't believe me, try it. Okay? If the due date on your credit card is, let's say, for example, the 20th, that's the due date. Okay? But your statement closing date is the 24th. Okay? Now, of course, you can afford to pay the minimum payment by the 20th, but your statement closing date is what I said, the 24th. Pay off as much as you can before the statement closing date so that when the bank or the credit card company sends all your information to the credit bureaus will see that your credit utilization is low. It was lower than what it was last month. So if your credit score was, let's just say, for example, this is just an example. Let's say last month your credit score was 700. Okay? And you bring down your balance to that $3,000, 2,500 or whatever. All of a sudden, next time you check your credit score is going to go up because your balance will not be as high as it was last month. Your credit utilization will be lower because you brought your balance down. So your score will definitely shoot up. Okay? Hey, listen, it worked for me. I'm just letting you know from experience what happens when I use these tactics to pay my credit card bills. Okay? Now, this is the end of the video. Okay? I'm glad you stuck around to hear that one tip. I think it was worth it. If you think it, please give me a like, hit the subscribe button, so you can subscribe to the channel, drop a comment below, let everybody know what your credit score is, brag if you got 800, 850 or whatever. Hey, and like I said before, click the link in the description below this video. Click that link to get my 5 free tips to help you boost your credit score. Trust me, you'll love it. A lot of tips that I use, and by experience, I know they work. So give it a shot. It's a free report, so it won't take anything out of your pocket. Go down there, click that link, get it, Hey, education and knowledge is power. So the more you know, the better you do. So that's it for this video. Until next video, this is George from NoMorePoorCreditScore.com. See you next video. Be safe out there.